Hello and welcome to Message in a Moment. We come to you not with these long soliloquies, but we come just with a short little spurt of power to help you today to have a great day. Psalms says, "This is the day that the Lord hath made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it." I'm sharing the teachings of Jesus, who is the world's greatest teacher. Let me show you some things that he said. I'm in the book of Matthew. It's called the Sermon on the Mount, but the teachings are powerful. And Jesus said in Matthew 5:43 and following, you've heard that you're supposed to love your neighbor, but you're supposed to hate your enemy. But listen to what Jesus said. But I'm saying to you, love your enemy. Bless those that curse you. Do good to those who do you bad or hate you. And pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you. And he says this then, when you do these, it will show that you're sons of your Father. That's an interesting statement. You know, we've heard like father, like son. Well, this is showing us, see, God loves us even when we were wrong, when we were hateful, when we were mean, when we were sinners. God loved us so much that he sent Jesus. He didn't send Jesus after we started being good. He sent Jesus while we were bad. And then he says, I want you to do this so that you can show the world that you're living the life of the Father. Interesting teaching that he's done here, because he goes on to say, it's the Father in heaven who causes his sun to rise on the just and on the unjust and sends rain on good people and bad people. Now listen to this. Because if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Even the sinners or tax collectors do that. And if you greet your brothers only, in other words, all of us are the same, and we greet one another, hello brother, come on brother, because we're one, there's no hard things in that. He said, you're not even any better than the heathens. But then he says this, but be you therefore perfect, even as your Father, there's that word again, who is in heaven is perfect. Now, when and a young man in the ministry, that used to bother me, that word perfect, because I personally don't believe anybody can be perfect. All of us are going to have some slip up, which the minute we do one thing, then we become imperfect. So I did a study on that word, and what it really is saying is, grow into maturity, just in the same way your Father is mature in heaven. Because, see, Father knows that when he stretches out his love to us, then when we receive it, we become like him. So Jesus closes that little segment of his teaching by saying, after you've loved your enemy, prayed for those who are bad and all that, he says, then you're like your Father in maturity who is in heaven. Don't you think the world needs to see that on earth? Don't you think the world's tired of hearing a bunch of words? That they really want to see somebody live it? Well, come to know Jesus. He brings himself into you. He brings his power into you, and he will help you live it. Well, have a wonderful day until we meet again.